Hello.
Hello. How are you today? Hold on, let
I'm
me
doing.
let me hit something while you are you gonna do video tonight?
I don't know. I can.
Yeah, why not? Here, let me hit this for you while you figure that out. Here we go.
Get ready
Oh,
for some
it's
smooches,
loud.
everyone. Would you all please welcome to the Putting You Over podcast a former DFW All Pro Women's Champion and current Mission Pro Wrestling fan favorite, the bougie on a budget, Rache Chanel.
Hola.
Hola, I apologize for breaking everybody's headsets there, but sometimes I check the audio and it's good, and then I'll turn it up for some other reason and I'll forget to reset it. Welcome.
That's okay.
It's all right. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Anytime. Thank you for giving us your time and I'm glad we could get you on. The guy you just heard with that announcement named Ryan Romano, fellow New Orleans baby.
Oh yes.
Seen you
I'm
several
back.
times. Yeah, says
Yes.
no, it's not your fault, Ryan. It's my fault in the audio. I had it set perfectly. I then turned it up for something else and never put it back. Don't worry about it, Ryan. Woo. So Rache Chanel, I knew I'd get the name right. I'm so proud of myself.
Yes.
Uh,
Thanks.
yeah, you're here. Did you bring all your wigs? Did your wigs come along?
I may have a few. I meant to go look in the closet first.
No, it's okay. Let them rest. It's their off
Yes.
weekend.
Yes. They're off today.
They'll be busy next weekend though. You got Mission Pro's Crazy Train next
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes.
Do they all come on the trip with you? All the wigs?
Well, I've been taking a break from the wigs,
Okay.
so I'm kind of doing a new hairstyle. So
Okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
saw some the new hairstyle. I saw a PR image with the new hair and it's good. Awesome. Yeah, take a break. Are you still gonna do well we'll get to the comb. Well I'll ask now. Does the comb go with you?
Okay, so the comb is always in use.
Always.
I have multiple combs. I have this one,
Mm.
another one, and this is one of my favorites.
Oh, my kids would love that color. I'd be all over the house.
And this is the golden comb. This is the special one for me.
If that comes out, things are
Yes, it's dangerous.
dangerous. Do the combs have names?
No, the combs don't have names.
No.
No, but the wigs have names.
W-
Yes.
Yes, the wigs do have names. I did hear you say that. How do you how do you name them? How do you come up with those names?
Well, I think it's based off of like characters I watch on TV, I
Okay.
think. And I know like when I was little, I used to have dolls and I would name them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they have sentimental value if I name my wigs the same way. So that's why they're special to me.
Spectacular. I had heard you on another show, another podcast. Once again, I apologize to the said podcast. I don't remember the name, but you described yourself. Someone said, "Can you describe who Rache Chanel is?" I think this was a year ago in the podcast, and you described yourself as Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. And
Yes.
so once I heard that, and then once I prepped a little more and watched, I was like, she is right on point. So,
Yes.
so for anyone who's never seen Rache Chanel, um, go watch The Bodyguard first.
Go watch The Bodyguard. That part.
Go watch that part for sure. Um, so there not a lot of wrestlers, as far as I know of, that come out of the New Orleans scene. There's yourself.
Yes.
There's absolute Ricky Starks. There's Jazz.
Yes.
That's some top notch company
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, for sure. You're influential. That's not the right word. You're inspiring the youth of Louisiana, the next talent to come through.
Awesome.
Did you grow up a wrestling fan? Was it on in your house?
Well, randomly, me and my brother were just watching, just surfing through channels,
Yeah.
and we ended up on one channel and watching this poor guy get beat up by this 7 foot tall guy, and ever since then, I've been a fan since about maybe 7, 8 years old.
Was it the athleticism, the showmanship, the pageantry, a little mixture of all?
I think it just kind of evolved over time. Like
Yeah.
I was just a fan at one point, just like watching. I don't know why I was just in tune, but I kind of had a crush on this one guy. You might know who he is. His name is Shawn Michaels. He was
Oh,
kind of boy type thing.
it
But
sounds
Shawn Michaels
familiar.
kind of drew me to wrestling.
Yeah. Well,
But
he's a
eventually,
sexy boy. I've heard.
yes,
I've heard
yes,
he's a
and
sexy boy. Yeah.
yeah.
He's not your boy toy.
He's not your boy toy. No.
He's just a sexy boy.
Yes.
So yeah. So hey, I'm sure that happened to. I'm sure you're not the only one. I'm sure
I hope I'm not the only one.
a plethora of men and women and everybody drawn in by HBK, the Heartbreak
Yes.
Kid himself. Were you? So you get drawn in. You love the wrestling. Were you athletic growing up in school? Did you play sports? I know some people go that route. Some people just fuck it. They're like, I love wrestling. That's what I'm doing.
I think I was more in that category.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't really athletic and things like that. So, but I was always a fan of wrestling, and when I got into it, I actually realized I was athletic. So it kind of worked out for me that way.
Good. So you found, and I know I try to get my kids to find any avenue of sports to go in, no matter what it is. So you make that you make that decision. This is something you want to do. You trained at places. I mean, you're in the Texas area,
Yeah.
down South Texas area. I'm terrible with geography, but I do know that you trained under Booker T. DFW, I believe, All Pro was the name of it, and one other, but I can't remember. But Reality of Wrestling is what piqued my interest because we've had people from there before on here. What is it specifically about Reality of Wrestling and Booker himself that just resonates the most and brings people in and all that?
Well, I think for myself, I was coming and I did some travels in Florida,
Okay.
and then I came back to Texas. And I was kind of at I was at another place training,
Okay.
but I wanted to kind of challenge myself, wanted to get out of my comfort zone, and and locally I had to go to Booker's, so that was just my place to kind of evolve, get better, perfect my craft as much as I possibly can. And I feel like I got that foundation when I was there at Relative Wrestling.
You've been on Rise, Ring of Honor, Mission Pro, obviously, AEW for a couple matches against some top-notch talent there.
I used this a few times.
You did. Yes, you did. The big gold comb. Before I do want to touch on the AEW Dark experience, but how vital was Booker's school in preparing you for TV? Like you're wrestling for TV.
Right. Well, when I was at Booker's, it was the last time I was there really was about 2014, 2015.
Okay.
Was like my last time really being there. But it prepared me for the production and TV because we would help set up, and we were kind of part of the whole process of putting up the show and then tearing it all the way down. So that just in working the cameras and things of that nature kind of helped make it. It was like a mini WWE, mini AEW at the time. So being on the big stage, I was already kind of, experienced
and ready. Yeah, I think that
working that style.
There you go. I've always wanted to ask some of the talent that we've had on here, and I guess I've never actually came out and asked it. As an independent wrestler, is there one promotion you consider your home promotion?
Let's see. Well, I started initially in Humble, Texas,
Okay.
at Texas All-Star Wrestling.
Ah.
So I do consider that as my home promotion, just based on where I started training. But right now, in like just this year, I would say my home is Mission Pro because I'm consistently being booked there,
Yeah.
and I just feel like I said, I have a Secure the Bag tour going on.
Yeah.
I have some goals. I want to get my bag filled up, and I think Mission Pro is going to help me get that done.
Okay, I want to talk about the Secure the Bag tour. Either you or Vanessa has to not let me forget this. There it is, right there. It is.
The bag needs to get filled up.
Okay, all right. We'll just go right to that. There's no reason to follow bullet points. What? Explain to the people that are here live. Ryan here, listening, checking you out. Who says Rache Chanel will win the MPW title in 2022? Look at that. But for others that may be learning about you, what are you filling that bag with?
Okay. All right. So the goal is to put gold in the bag. So the Secure the Bag tour for me is to become MPW champion. So that's really, it's kind of like a metaphorical type thing.
Yeah.
But you can call it, I want to get more money. I want to go on a shopping spree. Call it what you want. But if I get the title, I can do all of those things.
Hey, I believe in it. I think it can happen for sure. And in a week, you're kicking off that tour. Let's say the tour's kicking off. Who's going to be the first recipient this coming weekend?
Now, unfortunately, it's going to be Gigi Ray. Now, Gigi and we had an encounter a week ago.
Okay.
And she ended up touching one of my bougie locks.
Ooh.
And I wasn't expecting that. So I want my lock back, and I'm going to make her pay for taking my lock. And she's going to get the W.
She actually took it? I thought you said
she took it.
I thought you said touch. She actually took it. That
Snatch.
Oh, you can't do that.
That was my lock. We can't have that.
That's right. Rule 33. Don't snatch the bougie lock. The bougie lock.
Yes.
Yes. Ryan Romano saw that on video. So that's next weekend, the 29th, Mission Pro Wrestling, Crazy Train, title match network. That's what it is.
Title match.
Yeah, I got to get better at that, right? Title match.
In Conroe.
What's that?
It's going to be in Conroe.
Yeah, yep.
At Southern Star Brewery.
That's right. Damn straight. I look forward to that for sure. I wanted to ask you about AEW. You had 2 matches against, at that time in AEW, and still at that time, it's no slight to them, Nyla Rose, one of my one of my favorites, and Sheeta, another one of my favorites. Yeah. That's some top talent for you to go in there.
I know,
right?
I know.
What was your initial impression when you find out that's who you're going up against?
Yeah. Well, I kind of didn't expect that for AEW Dark. I was like, maybe they may have making somebody else, but former champions, I didn't expect that kind of talent coming my way. So it was a surprise for me as much as everyone else.
Right. When I've asked this before too, and it always intrigues me. Before this match, how do I say this? Because I love to keep things kayfabe, so I gotta find the best way to ask it. Before these matches, what advice are you given, or direction?
Well, I honestly just backstage.
Yeah.
It's really, I guess everybody knows their role. I guess when you're going to, go on AEW Dark and, you know your extra talent, you're going to put over, their main talent.
Yeah.
So it's just more just focusing on, what they want me to do in the match. And also what seasoning can I add while I'm getting the opportunity. So that's kind of my mindset kind of going in. How can I get Rache, those seasoning in, but it still do my job as far as putting over their talent.
Yeah, they go over, you get over. I'm down with that. Yeah, for sure. those matches are done. You go to the backstage, go behind the curtain. Hopefully you were on early in the taping and it wasn't 3 a.m, or something like that. Who comes up to you, and what do they say?
Okay, so one experience, I think Cody came up to me. He really was pleased with, I think it was the tag match with me and Diamante. I think we worked the tag match, I think. But I think he was pleased with the match. Dustin always gives good advice after the matches for extra talent. But I think those two mostly were the main people, I think, kind of reached out to us after the matches.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard Dustin's name mentioned a few times to people we've talked to. So that's awesome. That's great. And we talked about filling the bag. We talked about getting that gold MPW. What other things would you like to put in that bag, metaphorically speaking?
Well,
what are the goals? What are the goals?
Well, I do. I am the Texas All-Star Women's. I am the champion there. And so I did come out for my entrance. I came out with just my bag. Everyone was like, well, is this she the champion? What's going on? And the bag pulled out.
Yeah.
And my title was in the bag.
I like that.
So the more titles I can put in this bag, the better.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
Hopefully I'll be at Vixen's Wrestling Revolution down in, it's actually going to be at Royal Gym Arena. Let's see, February, I think. And I'm going to be going up for the Genesis Championship.
Ooh.
So that's another bag I can get.
You're so happy. You're so excited.
I know.
You're driven.
Yes.
I'm getting a sense that you have such a grasp on your character. Like I hate saying the name character, but you have a really good grasp on it. And when I was researching you, you had another gimmick, a baseball gimmick. And okay, so I got extremely thrown off. So listen to this. This is how well, and I think it was on your Instagram that threw me off. So I was looking for pictures to use for different promotional things. And you posted a picture of your baseball, a picture of ESPN magazine. Yeah. And it said Raquel Vaughn. And I just said, was she like a phenom softball player? I was thoroughly confused. I was like, I want to talk about that. So I'm researching ESPN, Raquel Vaughn. I find nothing. Then I realize it's just the evolution. It's all right. I wasn't disappointed. It's still great. So I got a couple questions. One, why the baseball gimmick? And two, why the last name Vaughn? Because I think I know why, but I'll ask you.
I think you may have it.
Okay.
But I think for the first one, so why the baseball, it was more so just based on, going to different wrestling seminars and going to training and just talking to other wrestlers. People say, like, what do you need to do to stand out from every other wrestler? How do you stand out in the locker room? Mm-hmm. And there are so many females that we're always we all kind of look similar to an extent. It's more different now, but everyone's really kind of doing their own thing. But I think if I was doing a baseball gimmick, I know no female in any women's wrestling locker room would be doing that. So I think that was just me trying a way to stand out from everybody else.
Yeah.
With the Raquel Vaughn gimmick.
And Vaughn from the movie Major League?
Yes.
Yeah. Well done.
Correct.
Well done. I love it. How does Raquel Vaughn, how does it evolve into what I see right now in front of me?
Okay, so there were glimpses of the Rache in the latter run of the Raquel Vaughn deal. So there was glimpses of like the attitude and the sass going on, but I was still wearing like pinstripes. So, but I had to kind of evolve a little bit and do something that I think I'm more naturally, in tune with this character. Like I think I can easily flow, and I can flow with it more than, I've never really played baseball, so I can't really,
Right.
that's not true to who I am as a person. So I think this is more true to who I am and, my interests outside of wrestling.
Yeah.
So it just kind of evolution.
Yeah, evolved. And I think that's a process I've heard before talking to people, and the end result usually is something they're more comfortable with, something they can relate better with, and then what gets presented when they come through the curtain with their bag full of belts is what we get. And you're doing you're doing a hell of a job. I'll tell you that.
So much.
I'll tell you that much. Well, Rache, I have hit all the notes that I had. We talked about the Mission Pro show next weekend on the 29th. Is there anything else? We had your your Instagram, your Twitter went up, your Pro Wrestling Tees is up. But what I do at the end of every show is I give my guests the mic, and you can put over anything you want. You can say anything you want. You could bury somebody if you want. I'm not going to interrupt. The floor is yours.
Well, I think I would give some advice to maybe up and coming wrestlers or wrestlers who are just kind of getting started or don't know what to do. I would say, as far as character, because I've had so many different characters, it's okay to have trial and error. It's okay to try different things because you don't know what might stick at the end. So just have fun, be yourself with your character, and you might end up being more comfortable doing something, and then you might love being that person.
There you go.
That's what I have to say.
Awesome. Very, very good advice, by the way.
Thank you.
Rochelle, once again, next weekend, Mission Pro Wrestling, the 29th. Look forward to that. Bring your comb, bring your bags.
Bring your comb.
Bring your bags. There you go. Thank you for giving us your time. I was happy to have you on. You've been a pleasure. Your smile is infectious. So
thank you.
Don't stop. Keep being yourself. So I bid you adieu, and we'll talk to you soon.
I hope you have me back.
Oh,
and I get my.
Yeah, let's do it. No problem. Doors open. Let's come class up the place.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a great night. All right. Where's my buttons? There we go. Excellent. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ryan says smooches. Smooches, Vanessa.
Smooch.
She was fun.
She's adorable.
Right? Very infectious.